But who gonna I see Lucci got the bot in here, man.
Mm-hmm.
What brothers finna do, man? Finna flip a coin for the host?
No, you got it, brother. You got it.
Oh.
Classics. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, man. You know, all right. We here, man. This is episode, I don't know at this point. You know what I'm saying? Brother's been out of commission for a couple of weeks. You know, niggas act like Halloween is Thanksgiving or some shit. I don't know what's been going on with brothers lately. He's just been AWOL and MIA. But I understand, man. You know, niggas got kids. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got obligations, jobs, all type of shit. So all I know is that when we do get an opportunity to mic up, legendary show after legendary show. But it's a difference when I host. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. So we here, man. You know what I'm saying? Lucci going, you know what I'm saying? Give the episode name later. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what episode we on at this point. Because like I said, we just drop nothing but classics. But it's a difference when I host a classic. That's all I'm going to say once again. Yeah, man, we got a couple topics tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get the first one out the way. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, we're gonna introduce brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's been a while. You know, y'all probably forgot about us. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and go first. You know what I'm saying? It's brother Cujo. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's about it, man. You know, we finna keep it going. If brothers do want to, you know what I'm saying? If not, we could just go on ahead and get it started. You know what I'm saying? Because that first topic is pretty fire. But Cal, Black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where brothers at, man?
It's good. It's your boy 407 Cal. You know what I'm saying? But as of earlier this week, I'm in ATL. You know what I'm saying? I am officially in Georgia. In
Brother
the spot.
ATL?
Yeah, I'm officially up here now. So I'm actually recording right now from my home office / gaming room. Fire shit. I just picked up my what is this? My 55-inch Samsung TV. Oh my, this shit. Yeah, we here.
Okay, all right. Man cave is different, man. Talk that man cave shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I see where brothers is at, man. All right, man. Who else want, you know what I'm saying, introduce themselves, man? I know brothers in the building, man. Black, where you at, man?
Yo.
Good, man.
Boy, Black Star in the building, man. Austin, Texas up in this shit. Lone Star, the Lone Star State, man. We up in here, man. We chilling. What we doing?
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I know you had to get off your 1999 PS1, you know what I'm saying, to hop on Discord with us for a minute.
Right.
You know, gamer ass niggas.
Classics too, right? We fucking with all that, man.
Appreciate it, brother. Boom, where you at, brother Boom? You know what I'm saying? I see brother Boom in the building. You know what I'm saying? I would introduce Unc, but he a resident hater. You know what I'm saying? Just a muted hater. You know, so it's all good. Unc. Still in the building either way, man. Texas in the building, man.
Facts.
Still a hater though, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Can't be a hater your whole life, man. So you know what? Since we here, man, you know what I'm saying, I think we got the intros out the way, man. Brother's gonna pull up later anyway, so yeah, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this first one out the way. You know what I'm saying? Intros, we done did it. You know what I'm saying? We done did everything, man. Let's get to it, man. Man. This first one, man, is it's interesting, man. So this stemmed from, you know what I'm saying, a little debate, you know what I'm saying, I guess yesterday or the day before about, you know what I'm saying, Robin Williams and Eddie Murphy, you know, basically comparing them career-wise, you know what I'm saying. But the question I'm seeing for this segment is that who's funnier, you know. But I'm a kind of like stress the topic out a bit, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know, who has the better better career overall. You know what I'm saying? You can include everything, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be petty, you know, you can include everything. You know, because between the both of them, they got a couple duds. You know, a couple stinkers. You know, some shit that's mid. You know, some shit that's very, very legendary. So, what brothers think, man? I already know who I'm going with. You know what I'm saying? I'm already know who I'm going with, but I want to hear what brothers got to say, man.
I can't hold you, man. Like I'm also kind of type biased for real myself. I do fuck with Robin Williams and what he do and what I've seen him in and shit like that. But I don't know, man. Just from being as like a kid growing up and shit, man. Like I've always just fucked with Eddie, and I've always thought like he was one of the top, like if not the best, like one of the best in comedics, like of all time. So it's like I know you can't throw the same type of shit with Robin as well, but it's like with Eddie to me, like that's always been the man to me, like number one, the guy to me. So I don't know. I feel like comparing the two, it'd be tough for real, like from my perspective. But I say just out the gate that I got Eddie in this shit. I think that he's funnier. I feel like just with like I've seen him in it just off top, like I've seen him in funny situations. So I gotta fuck with my guy, man.
I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I'm not mad at that at all. Um, I guess there's just a couple of things you could compare them wise, you know, as far as stand up, because they're both, you know, comedians.
Right.
Type of comedies they made, and then the type of movies they, you know what I'm saying, had overall.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
That's where my
I mean,
mind kind of goes, like out at the gate. Like I just think immediately, like stand up type of shit. Like I feel like I'm trying to even think of a bunch of specials that I've seen even Robin in, but I know at the
I don't
gate,
even remember Robin Williams special. I can't even hold you. Like I can't.
I can't like one doesn't really come to mind to me, but I know two of Eddie's that like just would trump any top comedian out the gate. So it's like I don't really see him really punching with them in the stand up section. And for the movies, like I feel like it's a debate with the movies because, like you said, like we can point out some of the low falls with movies and shit like that too. But of course, these niggas got classics as well. So it's like I feel like that's where they're kind of really more debatable and more comparable to me.
That's a good point. I'm looking at a lot of these movies Robin got, man. You could argue he didn't really get powerful until Hook, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. Up until before that, I can't really say nothing too crazy about the brother, man. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But he really ain't get powerful for real till about Hook, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know, Eddie out the gate, 48 hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, Golden Child, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Eddie Murphy Raw, Coming to America, Harlem Nights, another 48 hours,
Right.
Boomerang. Like, it was just to a point, man, where it was just like back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, when you get to the mid 2000s, that's when it kind of, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But some of them shits I fuck with still. Like, listen, man, I'm a
Right.
90s baby, man. I know some of you old niggas, man, y'all wasn't fucking with, you know, Pluto Nash and I Spy and shit, but I was fucking with some of that, man. Like, Daddy Daycare was fire to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about, man.
I still got that DVD to this day for real.
I fuck with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Showtime. I fuck with that. You know, it's not the best like buddy cop action film, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. You know what I'm saying? The I Spy joint with Owen Wilson. I fucked with that joint too. You know, I thought they wasn't like crazy bad or anything. The Shrek joints, like there's nothing to even talk about when it comes to Shrek.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, when it comes to the Shrek shit, it's like they now would bring up like you know,
Aladdin.
Robin Williams Aladdin, exactly, like with the Aladdin shit. It's like so, and but I will say, like after the first Aladdin, like you could say Shrek 2, 3, but with the after the first Aladdin, you get into like the what was it, like the King of Thieves and like
Mm-hmm.
the Return of Jafar and shit, and those you can't compare to the other Shrek shits. So it's like
Well, let me
you got
see.
like a whole trilogy of Shrek instead of like was one Aladdin movie type of shit, but.
Eddie was the dragon in Mulan too, so it's like,
Mm.
Yeah.
I made it serious. That's too powerful. I think Shrek is DreamWorks, but then you got he's the dragon in a Disney princess movie. Like that's powerful, bro.
That is
That's
So
powerful.
no,
That is powerful. I can't lie. I
yeah, it's
mean,
great.
for Robin, he got like 2 voice acting credits. I think is he probably got more, but obviously the Fern Gully joint, people don't remember that. And Aladdin, and I think also, oh yeah, there was the Aladdin sequel, basically, which I
Yeah.
actually remember. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, this is my favorite. This is my favorite voice animated joint that he did, Robots, man. This is a very underrated movie. Like, it doesn't get brought up enough for whatever reason. That movie was fire. Like,
I did peep that he was in that shit. That movie was pretty dope when it dropped. But yeah, it definitely didn't like have no real kind of staying power, I guess. Like, because
yeah.
like you said, people really don't talk about it like that. So
Oh, Cub was
it
in
was
Happy
cool.
Feet too? Damn. All right. I realize it's powerful, man. I forgot about that. Okay. It was a Happy Feet 1 and 2. I can't hate on that, man. I can't even hate.
Eddie was in another
Apparently he
anime.
played two voices in that shit. I was about to say I can't really think of who he played in that. Or I mean, they all penguins, so it's like it'd be hard to kind of off the top
Yeah.
point them out. But he did have 2 credits in there. There's 2 different voices, but I don't know. I guess he still got some numbers, but I just don't know if that add up to that Shrek shit, man.
You know what? Let me not even hate, man. We just gonna, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna throw out
We ain't gonna do that. But yeah, we definitely gonna list it out and have
as
the
a,
people decide.
Hook, Fern Gully, Aladdin. Listen, man, I know what we think about this. This was a very successful movie. Miss Doubtfire. All right. Let's be
And
honest.
that happy feet may not measure up, but
It may not.
goddamn it, that genie in Aladdin do.
It
Right.
definitely do, man.
But that's why I say like that's why I kind of compare it to, and of course with like the other Happy Feet, like it does start adding up. But I just don't know if it outweighs it because you have not only the first Shrek, but you have the 2 other sequels and like even
Yeah.
more sequels after that too. So it's like you do have Aladdin. That's why I made a point to like bring up its sequels too. You have the King of Thieves and the Return of Jafar type of shit, which weren't as nearly as powerful as that first Aladdin.
Yeah, so you
That's
basically, I would just keep it on the live action for Robin for the most part, because my favorite Robin Williams movie.
got the Mulan shit, and then that really kind of tips the scales because then it's like, okay, well
Yeah,
now you have the trilogy, but then you have the Mulan shit, and it's like, okay, well, fuck.
yeah, because like I mean, you got Jumanji, you know what I'm saying, Jack,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Will Hunting, Patch Adams, Bicentennial Man, 1 Hour Photo, Insomnia, like the Aristocrats. I mean, damn. I mean, I think for them, man, mid 2000s, I say Robin. Um, that's kind of where you know what I'm saying he takes more serious roles, dramas. Uh, I can't even compare like Eddie's like you know what I'm saying later career to his early career. It's not even close. Like it's not even debatable at all. But he did so much that it's like it don't even matter for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like 95 Jordan, man, versus you know baseball Jordan versus you know what I'm saying like just straight 7 championships, 91 and 96 Jordan. Like it's kind of like pointless, low key, but they can make an argument,
I
man.
mean, but one thing Eddie can say though that he does have over Robin is that nigga Eddie was the nigga for 2 decades.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got Robin over Jim? Hold up, man. Let me do my credits
Robin over
y'all right
Jim.
quick. Hold up.
We talking about Robin and Eddie Murphy, brother.
I know y'all got him over Jim Carrey. Y'all got Robin Williams over Jim Carrey. That's funny. Being funny.
Funny? No. Nah.
I say comedians, huh?
Nah. I don't got him over Jim. It's comedic acting.
I think Jim versus Eddie probably would have been a better comparison, like low key.
Would it?
Jim Carrey cannot hang Eddie Murphy when she starts getting upset.
Yo.
Yo,
Hey
Yes, sir.
man, listen man. Before this brother get a chance to speak, man, neighborhood hero. You know what I'm saying? Brother currently running for like mayor of the city or something, man. I don't know what the brother just knows something
I'm
important.
gonna mute up. I'm gonna mute up. On my way
You know
home,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
almost there.
Brother writing books, you know what I'm saying? Doing food drives and shit. You know what I'm saying? Holding babies and whatnot. All type of nonsense, man. But you know what I'm saying? He's for the community, man. So shout out brother Ty, man. You know what I'm saying? Brother Ty in the building. Definitely gotta fix your device, brother. You know what I'm saying? Little feedback and whatnot, but you know, I had to get that intro out the way, man. You good now? Because I couldn't hear you, but no wait, yeah, you probably get into something. But what was I about to say, man? I was about to say something, man.
probably about Jim.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey. I mean that's another good one too. Like I said, that's another good one. I'm not even gonna hold you. It might. Damn. Yeah, this might get a little interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I would say Jim ruled the '90s more so than anything, but then he had a pretty good career in the mid 2000s too. But it's not as powerful as Eddie, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm
Can
sorry.
y'all hear?
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
you now.
All right, good. What's up with the pod, man? How y'all doing?
What's going on,
This is
brother?
brother Ty out of Kansas, man. Yeah, I was trying to say earlier in the chat. I didn't want to debate whether Robin was funnier, like who was funnier. My original argument was who had the better overall movie catalog. And not even specifically comedy, just everything in total. I think Robin has an edge. I think he's got a lot of powerful dramas in his resume. Um, but I'm not here to debate who's funnier, who's more talented. They was both genius in what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a personal preference, like most people, towards Eddie, just because y'all know the household. You know what I'm saying? Golden Child, Boomerang, Coming to America, Nutty Professor, even Doctor Doolittle. Low key, I think that's kind of slept on and overlooked. The
This
first
might
one.
be egregious to say, brother Ty, but I don't go back to Nutty Professor personally. It's not. It didn't age well.
It's I think it was a classic for I think it's considered a classic Cujo for its time.
Right.
That's not something I go back to either, bro. To be honest with you, I think the soundtrack's fire.
Oh,
Uh, but that's not something I sit down. Sherman. I don't go back to that
yeah, it's
myself.
not as funny to me as it
Yeah,
was when I was a kid. I look at that shit now,
yeah,
cringe. But I see it was still a pretty commercially successful movie, so I got to add it
hmm
and
yeah,
to this.
yeah.
So
But I want to clarify that before y'all got to punch, because I know y'all ruthless in here. Y'all punch Robin Williams' head off, man, for nothing. But yeah, bro had a lot of good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? He had Flubber, Mrs. Doubtfire, Good Morning Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people ain't seen that joint. Patch Adams. You know what I'm saying? The original Jumanji. You know what I mean? Pre
see,
Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he's got some work for sure, but I personally prefer Eddie.
yeah, I agree.
So that's all.
Brother Lucci, you know what I'm saying, decided to randomly bring up Jim Carrey into the discussion. You know what I'm saying?
No reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, for literally no reason, man. Brother just manages to just, you know what I'm saying? We could be talking about anything. He gonna find a way to introduce chemtrails and
Brothers don't mess with the brother from Canada.
I mean, yeah, Jim Fire. You know what I'm saying? Jim is
Yeah,
definitely fire. If I had to compare Jim with Eddie, I still
yeah,
have Eddie.
for sure,
Personally,
for sure.
because he was just out the gate, as I said, powerful. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
I think
I
with
got.
Jim, it took
I
it
got.
took Living Color and
Uh
then Ace Ventura for him for real to like really kind of like, okay, this is official now for him.
I got a question for brothers, man. If y'all feel like getting cringy for a hot sec,
Oh yeah, we here.
Cal, what kind of bag you win tonight?
Man, look, I'm here.
With all
I'm here. Let's
things,
do
with
it.
all things,
I'm with
okay.
all things, brother.
Do y'all think that is race related? Like, if you ask the average white household, would they lean more towards Jim Carrey, and would the average black
Absolutely.
household lean more towards Eddie Murphy?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna. That's a good question. They're both pretty powerful.
Because they both cross over, right? Like black people mess with Jim Carrey.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
white people mess with Eddie.
That's a fact. I think it could be race, but I think it would boil down to who people would consider funnier and more impactful or more influential. To be honest, Eddie kind of still wins in that regard because not only did you know what I'm saying, he pretty much transcended, you know what I'm saying, like you know the black comedic, you know what I'm saying, like unit, you know what I'm saying, like he pretty much is like a household name regardless. Even if, you know what I'm saying, I guess you could argue maybe in the beginning of his career, some of his movies sort of lean toward a you know, black audience. I can't really say that for, you know what I'm saying, most of his films, considering, you know, 48 Hours, you know, Beverly Hills Cop, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you get to that point, like, you start doing movies like Side by Side with, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, these favorite so-called, you know, other, you know, white household names.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much, you know what I'm saying, America's good graces, man. So, I mean, shit, he could really do no wrong. I still got Eddie, though, to be honest. I mean, Jim is powerful for sure, you know, in Living Color and everything. And there's a lot of standout movies he has, but I feel like with Eddie, man, he just did so much so early. It's still too much, personally, you know. But I fuck with Jimmy heavy, man. I fuck with Jim heavy, but I think he's still a lot, man. Like Ace Ventura is powerful. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, you know what I'm saying? The performance of Batman Forever, you know, Ace Ventura, a sequel, Cable Guy, Liar. This is a good 90s run. I can't even hold you. This is very good. Like, Me, Myself, and Irene, the Majet, like this is powerful. All of this is powerful, but
Cujo, can you hear me, bro?
yeah, we can hear you, man. We can hear you, you know what I'm saying?
I got my earbuds in. Blessings and peace to all you brothers in here tonight, man.
Yeah, if y'all don't know, man, this brother K, you know what I'm saying? This Spice One's cousin and whatnot. So he from the West Coast, you know. You know what I'm saying? The brother prayed up, spiritual brother, you know what I'm saying? Razkaz nephew and all that. But Kate in the building, man.
Hey man, I just wanted to say, in regard to Jim Carrey, one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, man, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, man. That's one of his most dynamic roles to me, man. Like as far as a serious role uh role with depth, Eternal Sunshine, man. So that's all I want to say in regards to Jim Carrey, man. But I got Eddie, man. Eddie got too many nostalgic moments for me personally, just being young. And I think Eddie, man, like I said earlier in the chat, man, Coming to America, that holds a special place in my heart as a young kid, man. I watched that movie so many times, man. And then like the characters that he was doing, the barbershop characters, the sexual chocolate dude, like that whole movie was flawless to me, man, as far as comedy. But yeah, I got Eddie, man. I do appreciate Robin though, man.
You know that movie, bro, Coming to America is like our equivalent of like Airplane to white people, man, or like what's that John Belushi movie, man? Animal House. Like it's right up there with a lot of those, you know what I'm saying? Like super mega powerful like white comedies, man. Like Revenge of the Nerds and all them powerful drones. Coming to America could easily, you know, be debated with with a lot of those, man, like early Leslie Nielsen type films, like a lot of that. Yeah, like yeah, man. Rest in peace, Leslie Nielsen. By the way, that's another legend that doesn't really get his flowers for real, but it's a whole other topic. But
and that brother OJ was in those movies too, man.
Right, come on, man. If you want to talk about serious roles, obviously Jim got him Eddie in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not even debating. Um, you know, I'm not even going to debate that. Eddie just wasn't his thing, you know. I mean, the closest we got to that was probably Beverly Hills Cop or like,
That's a classic to me too, man.
Metro, you know what I'm saying? But aside from that, there's not too many like roles where it's like he's like completely serious for like the majority of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Well, Dreamgirls, I would say. Dreamgirls.
I was gonna say, because Robin Williams, he did stand up comedy, man, and I think Eddie got him in the stand up comedy area.
Oh, easily, yeah. I can't even name a Robin special, man. I can't even hold it. I don't know if he has a comedy special, to be honest.
Brothers is back. See, count on K to circle it back to saying to Robin. See, you know what?
I love it.
Okay.
I will say this, Cujo. Ty brought up a great point that I feel like ties in to why a lot of Eddie's white contemporaries were able to flourish in more serious roles is because I really do feel like there is a climate for like when people actually want to get serious shit from black people and hear our stories in a serious way. And I don't think that time in particular was that. You see what I'm saying? For like a lot of black people. Outside of when you look at the scope of like cinema, we haven't actually been allotted the space and the backing, like the financial backing from these big companies and stuff like that to do those more serious roles unless it was a fucking slave movie of some kind or a segregation movie of some kind. Like it wasn't. I think we're just now getting into the space now to where we can have a movie like what's the joint called? Like Moonlight that won all those awards. You could have some stuff like even a little earlier, like Keela and the Bee. That was a little bit more serious. It had some funny stuff here and there.
Right.
But like something where we get a serious role that does not involve slavery or segregation, you'd be hard pressed to find that in that era, like the mid to late 80s, 90s, up until about when you start to broach the 2000s. So I feel like that's kind of why Eddie is kind of like outweighed by Robin Williams and Jim Carrey because they had a space for Good Will Hunting. You see what I'm saying? Like Good Will Hunting is a black story. Like that's a black experience. You know what I'm saying? Like you got one dude who's smart as fuck, but he's just like not in the situation to make it out. You know what I'm saying? And they're both doing what they got to do, and then the kid gets a way out. Like we've seen those. Those are hood classic movies. But our hood classic movies, the people with potential die. Ricky got shot in the back. The nigga was a running back going to USC. You see what I'm saying? Like Jada Pinkett and Set It Off had the opportunity to get with the banker nigga and like leave the life behind and shit like that. They ended up robbing the shit, and she was the only one that lived, and all her friends died. You see what I'm saying? Like you go through our hood classics, like it's depressing because that's our space to do serious roles. But that's my opinion. I don't want to park up the top.
And also, we can't forget, man. Eddie Murphy got a song produced by Rick James, man.
I just want to, man. That shit is classic.
That's a
man. Party All the Time is a classic, man. The fact that he did that song because Rick James made a bet that he wouldn't even be able to make a song. I forgot who he made the bet with, and he structured the song in that way. Like that's just fire, man. Like he made a song off a damn bet, man. That's classic, man. Like
and you know that all the quote unquote disco spots in the 80s was, everyone was doing cocaine to party all the time, man. We know that's a fact, man.
That's a fact.
So he had the club rocking, man. He had a club banger for the 80s at that time, man. No doubt.
Come on,
Props to Eddie, man. Eddie a visionary, man. This brother created characters and then embodied the characters too, like in Coming to America. And then you fast forward to Nutty Professor. It's like, come on, man, who can do that? Like, that's crazy. And then another movie I wanted to mention that's Trading Places, man. I can watch that.
I was about to say it's like Nutty or what was it? Trading Places and like the other one that we mentioned earlier. Coming. I don't know why I just blanked on that shit. Coming to America and Trading Places are like literally the two that I can always go back to. That and like I can always like but with Life, Trading Places, and Coming to America. Like those are like my three that I always like go through.
Life
back
is
to
a
back.
powerful movie,
No, like, and I feel you on the life, but it's like I felt niggas on the life shit, but it's like with those two movies, like those are like the two. And to think that like Trading Places like his second movie out, like onto that shit, like that's amazing to me, dog. Because that's like one of my
Who's
golden movies from Eddie.
who's alongside him in that movie? Was it Dan Aykroyd or
man. That's right,
okay, okay. Man, that's powerful,
yeah.
man. Like,
That movie
Yeah.
is powerful. And
Yeah,
life,
that's my shit, dog.
him getting in him getting like doing a movie with Martin Lawrence, like at that time, them two doing that movie was powerful, man. Like
yeah.
it was powerful to get Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy in a movie together. I love Life, man. I love that movie, man.
It's a great movie.
I mean, it's a comedy, but it definitely is a reflection of certain aspects of society even today. So I really like that Life movie, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Another dope movie with a dope soundtrack, man. Boomerang is one of my all-time favorite movies, not just the Eddie movie. Like that's I mentioned that in the chat. I think that is the first time as a kid I seen a character that was a boss that was black. No brothers remember in Boomerang, Eddie had his own office. He was like one of the like CEOs, one of the top guys in that company. He had employees, people working for him. He always dressed nice, had nice business suits, fly haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like that did something to me as a kid to see that as a kid. Like, okay, black people can be bosses. You know what I'm saying? And the movie is super funny, bro. Even now, like I just watched that a few months back, bro. Like, go back to that movie, man. Boomerang, man. Robin Givens, John Witherspoon, rest in peace. David Allen Greer, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Halle Berry, isn't it that?
Halle Berry, early Halle Berry with the bob cut. Like, come on, man. Crazy. That movie's a classic, bro. Yeah, that movie's a classic.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic, man. I'm just and listen, man.
Hey, I think it was Cal who asked this question. I don't know if you guys talked about it because I came in late. Who was funnier, the Robin Williams as the genie or Eddie as the donkey? Did y'all talk about that?
Isn't that kind of a loaded question? Because like to be fair, like there was like a bunch of Shrek movies, right? And
yeah,
it's like you kind of got more to weigh with that. Was there how many genie roles did Robin do?
It was three. There were three, but like I said before, those second and third performances, like they're not. Yeah, exactly. They're straight to VHS. They were not nearly as powerful as that first Aladdin. Like,
no, it wasn't. Return of Jafar is low key a classic. I ain't gonna lie, man. I used to love.
I watched. I haven't seen The King of Thieves, but I have watched Return of Jafar, and it's still good, but it's not. It's not the first one by any means.
I gotta go with Shrek. I mean, it's kind of an unfair question to be honest. Just because there's more donkey material.
But I would like to like kind of compare the first ones. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead. No, cook, bro.
No, go ahead and finish your thing, man. Because
I was gonna say this is all set up. This is all set up from K. Like he slid in the conversation at a particular time. Like he's been holding on. We was about to transition to the next subject, and here come K with this loaded question. I see what's going on, bro. I see the lineup. It's all good, man. Go ahead, Black. Cook.
No, I was just gonna say it's like because of the case of the second two Aladdin movies not really being like up to the case. I was just gonna say like, well, I'm just thinking like the first one. So like the first Aladdin was like the first Shrek. And I think back to that first Aladdin, and there's still many moments in that movie to like I fuck with the gene, like where he got moments in that movie to where it's like it's still funny and shit like that too. I'm just trying to think if because the donkey's funny as shit, so it's like it's tough. Right. Like I feel like that's still tough. I feel like that's still debatable for real. Like, and that's just from how much I like Aladdin too, because I watched Aladdin. Like that's like probably my most watched Disney movie of all time. Just like out of Disney movies, I'd say like Aladdin, Hercules, and probably some other one I can't think of off the top of my head. But those are like some of my favorites. So it's like I don't know. I feel like that's still kind of debatable. Lion King too, but that's a fact. Yeah. And so still, I still feel like I've watched those other two more than even that.
Go ahead, Luch.
Yeah.
I was just actually y'all talking about being funny. Who is the funniest?
I don't know what these brothers. I came in respectfully in the conversation a little bit late. I forgot y'all was doing a show tonight. My bad. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing who's funnier. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly think they both have their lanes. Like I can't even say Eddie is funnier than Robin Williams necessarily because it really depends on what you like. And I think you can give props to one without having to degrade the other. You know what I'm saying? Like they both had like really witty stuff. Like even if you watch their interviews, like I said, rest in peace, Robin Williams. He was real quick on the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like he just always had a comeback. He was real dope with the physical comedy, like Kay brought up earlier. Eddie Murphy was real dope with the physical comedy, like makeup, you know what I'm saying, dressing up as different characters. Like they both were geniuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I slightly prefer Eddie, like I said, just because he's got so many movies I remember watching with my mom, you know what I'm saying, before she got married, you know, Golden Child, Coming to America, you know what I'm saying? She was all the Beverly Hills Cop movies, you know what I'm saying? Like all them joints, you know what I mean? But Robin played a big part in our household too, bro. Like we watched Mrs. Doubtfire religiously, me and my sister. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching Flubber on HBO, Showtime. You know what I'm saying? And we had Good Will Hunting. Dead Poet Society is one that I forgot to mention earlier, bro. I know that's not everybody's bag, like them slow dramas.
I love that
film.
Dead Poet Society is
still
crazy.
classic. Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, crazy.
Hey, and Robin Williams, man. Robin Williams, his role in Flubber, his acting in Flubber, I thought it was incredible, man. Because the Flubber was the
I would say that's still like one of those ones I really enjoyed too, was Flubber. And I feel like that is one kind of like ones that do get overlooked and slept on. Not like necessarily, but like I still feel like that's like one of his kind of
I got
ones I was like, okay, that's a good kind of cool.
Go ahead.
And I still enjoy it.
For that time, the CGI of the Flubber in that movie at that time was, come on, man. That was amazing. But yeah, I love that movie too.
I got a real quick question for brothers. I was thinking about this last night. I was thinking about Home Alone franchise last night, right? Because they've rebooted it a few times since we was kids. I have a real quick question. I don't want to get too far off topic, but just real quick for brothers. What do y'all think marks a good family film? Does it have to be still dope and watch for both children and adults like years and years later? And the reason I brought up Home Alone, because I was thinking I introduced both of my kids to Home Alone and they love it, like the original, like the OG. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact it's a little kid, right? He's kind of overlooked. He's bullied by his family, but he's super genius, super smart. He outwits these criminals, you know what I'm saying? Manages to survive for like a week or two by himself, right? And they love it, bro. And it's still funny, like 30 some years later, like it's still dope to watch, right? And you guys' opinion, since we were talking about Robin Williams and Eddie, you know, they both have a lot of family flicks. In you guys' opinion, what makes like a classic family movie? Like, what do y'all look for? Like, this is still classic, like as a family joint.
A good question, man. I don't know that the children's films, family films of our era was
different.
I mean, man, they had a man, you know, cohesive plot. You know what I'm saying? A decent family dynamic within the film. The comedy is not like, you know what I'm saying, too over the top to where like it gets corny. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough to, you know what I'm saying, keep people laughing and you know what I'm saying, interested. You know, a little bit of drama in there too. You know, I know there'd be moments in the film where somebody in the family fuck up or something and it take like the rest of the film for it to make it up to the person or yada 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 and then happy ending at the end or something. Like, yeah, just basically, you know, a cohesive plot, you know what I'm saying? Something that makes sense. It's not all over the place, you know what I'm saying? It don't got like a subplot within, you know what I'm saying, within a plot and all that other extra shit. It's funny. It makes sense. There's a family dynamic. And that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit like Richie Rich will come to mind. What's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, man?
Jingle All the Way, Kindergarten Cop.
There we go. Yeah, Jingle All the Way. You know what I'm saying? Kindergarten Cop is another one. Shit. What's another one, man, that I could think of currently?
Cujo, like, and what makes Home Alone so incredible? It's it's a children's movie. It's a Christmas movie, pretty much. Like it's never going to die.
Right.
Home
Yeah, I
Alone
watch
is
that shit every year with my kids. I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah.
We used to down to have like right around Christmas time. We watch Home Alone every year. One and two. I make a special date that we know we watch Home Alone. Everybody pull up there and we watch this every year. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Somebody's
Trying to go.
background going crazy.
I think that's Lucci. Lucci, I think
I
that's
got
you,
y'all.
bro.
I got y'all.
Oh
I
yeah,
will.
okay. I'm looking at
I'll
some.
answer your joint. I'll
Yeah,
answer
you
your
go ahead.
joint. So, I do think I like family movies. Like a testament to a good family movie to me is where like the writers, like kind of what y'all said, but I like it when writers can speak to the parents and the kids at the same time. Like
I
certain
agree.
times watch the movies back that you or even the shows that you watch as a kid, you catch the entendre now that you're an adult and you're like, oh, that was slick. I like that. Um I really like how some writers are able to not speak down to their child audience. You see what I'm saying? Like certain people
Yeah.
kind of make a stupid movie with stupid plot contrivances, just to kind of like, oh, kids are stupid, they don't know. But like when you can make a
Right.
dope story, like I felt like, for instance, Lion King. That's the first one off the top. Classic kids movie. But then you watch it back as an adult and you're like, damn, that nigga Scar was a whole ass nigga. Like you knew it as a kid, but you can't really like wrap your mind around it as a kid
Hey,
because he killed his brother, then tried to fuck his wife. Like he was wilding. Scar was wilding, and you catch it as an adult, and it's like, oh no, this is different. But I do really like those. Y'all said Jingle All the Way, and Kindergarten Cop. My family and I, we got a tradition of every Christmas we watch a Christmas story. Um, and that was like about a
Fire.
kid. Yeah, that's a classic.
Classic, man.
Fire.
That's a but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
like
You know
that. 'Cause
what?
even as a kid, you watch it, and you're like, oh, this is hilarious. You can relate. Like, damn, I want a gun, like a little pea shooter as a kid. And you get older, you start to catch the science, as Cassidy would say, the bars within the
Mm-hmm.
bar. And you're like, oh, this is hilarious. Like, nah, it's dope.
I'll tell y'all another sleeper, a feel good black family film that we don't bring up too much. The Preacher's Wife. With Whitney. Yeah.
Hey,
It does
hey,
get brought up.
Denzel. That's
hey, you
that's a
gotta
dope one.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
that soundtrack to this day is still the highest grossing gospel album of all time.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, the Preacher's Wife. album.
Wow. I didn't know that,
I'd
bro.
throw in Crooklyn in there too, man. I mean,
Woo.
I throw in Crooklyn, man. That's like
How did Spike hold up, bro? How did Spike manage to make a family? How did Spike manage to make a family movie that still had little scenes where they touched on race and light skin, black skin, and good hair,
right.
bad hair? How did Spike manage to do that, bro?
Man, listen, man. That movie was just that shit hit home, man. Like
Yeah, that movie's
shout out
fire.
Delroy Lindo, man. For the longest, I thought that brother was from the States. The whole time the nigga British, man. But
what about
Yeah,
my
that's
girl?
regardless,
a
man.
film,
It is
man.
what it is. I think when I would give an example of an ass family movie, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to go back on this one, man. The Blind Side was terrible.
Oh man.
Was that a
Right?
Oh,
What's
The Blind
oh
Side.
man.
Let's do it. Was
If
that
you really
This what
think
we
was
about
doing
that
that
tonight?
line,
movie? Hold
it
up.
was arguably one of the
Was
most
that
racist
Oh,
kids movies ever.
Oh man.
That movie is
Let's do
terrible,
it.
man.
oh
Jeez.
man.
This white family
Uh,
taking this incompetent big black
oh my
Negro
God.
into their home,
We're never
don't know
getting
how to play
sponsors.
football, right? Even though, right, the actual story is that all the nigga was, you know what I'm saying, was struggling in the home. They made this nigga incompetent in the movie, though. Like, he just didn't know how to play football at all, man. Like, yeah, I'm just this poor black kid. And I need you guys' help. And I'm like, nah, man. That movie was bullshit, man. From beginning to end.
Cujo, wait. Wait, because
Coonery,
that might
buffoonery.
have to be another. That might have to be a topic in and of itself. White savior movies. The white savior
Oh
movies are
man.
disgusting. We gonna
Wait,
dance.
Oh,
We gonna
Let's
dance.
we're gonna talk about
That
Dangerous
movie
Mind.
was
Never
terrible.
mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
would y'all put Black Panther in that?
Uh,
What?
nah,
Man,
nah.
What?
of white savior movies? No,
we're
Yeah,
not
didn't
doing
the
that,
white hope?
Cade. Now you're going too far, brother.
come on, man.
You're going too
Cage.
far.
I thought the white dude. I thought they gave him too much screen time, but that's just me. Whatever.
Nah, they
I see what you mean, but I don't know, brother.
they always got to throw in a white character to pull the rest of the people in, you know what I'm saying, get them in, make them feel like they're a part of it too, you know what I mean? They did, remember on like the Parkers, they had the white girl, you know what I'm saying, like she was best
Oh,
friends with the dog, you know what I mean? Like they always got to have even on Steve Harvey show, what was his name? What was the white dude's name? Bullethead.
yeah, bullet head. Yep.
They got to have a, you know what I'm saying, a white
We
character
do
in there
got at least
somewhere.
one token white character, man. On
Right.
Low
Right.
representation. Well,
Right.
yeah,
Like
it
can't have
goes
some
us.
all black.
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
make them
Right,
feel included. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
the same thing they do to us. When they got token black,
right.
like
Yeah,
let's
they
make
have
them feel included.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's
So
a good kids movie? Going back to Jim Carrey, it wasn't mentioned. A series of unfortunate events.
Facts. I was looking through his shit.
Man,
That one's a
Really
sleeper
slick.
for real. Like a lot of people won't mention that shit. But that was a dope little flick that he got
Oh,
on his
that's
shit for real. I fuck with that one for sure.
like the visuals, the cinematography, like the tone.
Yeah,
I
have
thought
it
it was
come
dope.
together type shit. I thought it was cool.
if I had like a top 5 list, man, to be honest, you know what I'm saying, before we transition and whatnot, for me it'd be The Sandlot, Little
mm-hmm.
Giants,
Yeah.
Matilda,
What about Little
Fire.
Rascals?
Fire.
Remember the Titans,
Clouds.
and Home Alone, man. Those are like top 5 for me. You know what I'm saying? I almost had to put Adam's Family on there, almost, but I can't put it over Home Alone. I can't do that.
Which one now? Are you going OG Adams Family or are you going like reboot animated? Because they're all good.
The
Like the
91,
reboots.
the 91,
91
yeah,
OG.
Christopher
Okay.
Lloyd. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out MC Hammer, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci,
Mm-hmm.
man. Rest in peace, the brother who played damn, what's Adam's Family Values, man? What's the dude, man? Puerto Rican brother, man. He passed away in the 90s.
Raul Gomez.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
That brother played M. Bison in Street Fighter movie, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
He was low
forgot to
key
get
like the top performer on that shit too. Like he was like the standout on that shit from the world that he played with Bill Bison.
Him and Jean Claude, French classic.
yeah, if I'm going kids movies, I'm gonna go off the top of my head, I gotta put Sandlot in there. I'm gonna go Goonies. The OG Ninja Turtles from 90.
Not mad at that.
Yeah, for sure.
What's another one? I'm gonna go let's put y'all gone. Hey man, Beauty and the Beast. Disney.
I'm not mad at that.
And what's another one? I gotta put Home Alone in there, bro.
Hold on. When y'all say Home Alone, y'all mean part 1 or part 2? Like,
I mean,
I think two is
I definitely got one. Part 2's got some moments, and part 2's classic too.
Two is better.
You really? Oh wow!
Yeah, I like 2 better. I mean, that's the
really?
reason I went to New York. Yeah, man. That movie fucked me up when I was a kid.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I thought part 2 was pretty much like just part 1 just redone. Like he had a weird friend, like the creepy pigeon lady. Because remember in part 1, he became good friends with the old dude that everybody was scared of.
Oh yeah.
Dude, low key saved his life, right? Like knocked out the bad guys with the shovel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
People
part 1. Go ahead.
People sleep on 3 too, man. I don't know why.
We're not doing that.
I
Part 3.
Get that nigga out of fucking toys,
Part
man.
3.
Part three
That
was
was fire,
fire.
man.
We're
We
not
not
doing
doing
that,
that.
bro.
It was
Mixed
fire.
opinions on
Yeah, I'm
part
trying to
three.
get
What are
that.
we
Nah,
doing?
I see what
It's
y'all doing.
fire.
Try to get
My
that
boy,
together.
my boy
We not.
Macaulay was spinning up his
Nah.
check, smoking Sherm stick, man. Like they made part 3 just
Look like
behind his
look
back.
like cocaine, man. Brothers on
Yeah.
Part three was cold,
Shout,
man. The
shout
Perry?
out,
Come
shout out
on,
to
Yeah,
OG.
man.
Shout
I
out
got
Kevin McAllister, man.
That brother was on cocaine, man. What he was doing?
Hey man, he said, "Hey, if y'all remember, go back. I know I'm old, but y'all remember his parents was going through a messy divorce and they was spending up all his money. So bro got, I think if I'm not mistaken, bro got a lawyer, got his split of the money and bounced, moved overseas and did hella drugs and just disappeared.
That's
You know what I'm
fire.
saying? Yeah,
Was a legend, though, man.
yeah.
That is
Allegedly,
like
all
Legend.
allegedly.
Lucky and fake that.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say this is my top 5,
Mm-hmm.
but these are some because whoever Thanos and Cujo already named, like Little Giants, Sandlot,
Mm-hmm.
like those are classics. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna name some movies like a Goofy movie, man. Yo,
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
Mm.
Wait. Kevin McAllister is in a relationship. This nigga's a goat off of that alone. Nah. This nigga's dating Brenda Song. That's fire. That's
That is
hard.
fire. Not gonna lie, that's fire, man. Old girl from that
That's
film,
crazy.
Sweet Life. Yeah, that's
Sweet
fire.
Life, the Asian joint. Oh, that's
yeah,
hard.
Wendy Wu? Like, come on, man.
I forgot about Wolverine.
That's
yeah,
hard.
You're a Disney legend, man. But
yeah.
hey, what you about to say? Okay, I know
I
you
was,
said a Goofy movie.
You
yeah, a
said a
Goofy
goofy
movie.
movie.
Yo, that's a
I mean,
classic
Goofy
Disney
black, man. I don't
movie.
give a fuck what
Yeah.
anybody. Brother's black.
Hey, that whole movie between father and son and like the dynamics of the son having his like disdain for his dad and them going on the trip and them bonding and like all this stuff in that movie,
Black
man. That's a
fathers go
deep
through,
movie.
man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
deep movie, goofy movie.
Straight
Uh,
foot.
another movie, man.
Classic for sure.
Uh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man.
That doesn't
Oh,
brought up enough. I'm not gonna lie. It don't really get brought up enough.
Honey, I
I
Shrunk
haven't
the
watched that
Kids.
movie in so long.
That's a Disney movie too. That's a classic. Another movie. Go back. The Adventures of Babysitting, man.
Oh man, damn, K.
Oh, with Elizabeth Shue.
Yo, that whole movie is cool, man.
Yeah, that joint was fire. I can't even
That's
hold you.
fire. Yeah, that's super fire.
I got another movie, Mighty Ducks, man. That logo, man, still one of the best hockey logos ever. Man, come on, man. The Jason,
Easily.
man. Come on, man.
For sure.
Shout out to
Quack,
Midwest
quack,
vets, man.
quack, 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 quack.
What? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It just, I mean, we can go into like the
Stupid.
cartoons and all that, but I ain't gonna go into all that. But y'all pretty much named, the powerful kids movies, man. And I agree with
Definitely some good names for sure.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
keep my list to
Yeah,
myself
Black.
because
Uh,
brothers gonna punch on my list.
nah.
Yeah. You know what? I can't forget this. Space Jam too, man. Space Jam.
And
Space Jam.
Oh yeah,
Space Jam was
classic.
100.
That's your jam, man. That soundtrack,
Yeah,
man. Come on, man.
classic. Hey, Cal,
Do,
this is
do,
a
do.
safe space, man.
Yeah,
Let's
man. We
go.
here already, man.
No, it's not, but it's all right. I'm gonna still punch.
Not on your
Let me
list.
say
Barbershop
let
is
me
on there. Come
let
on,
me
man.
say this, and then we could get to the next joint. All right, so these are it's a personal list. It's a personal list.
All right.
I got Prince of Egypt. I saw that as a kid. I had the tape.
Mm-hmm.
That soundtrack has Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston singing duet together. That is a legendary sound. I'm sorry. That is up
Mm-hmm.
there.
DreamWorks film, man. That's a powerful DreamWorks joint, man. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Fire. Fire. I got the Rugrats movie because the orange tape niggas have that.
Wow, Reptar. Okay,
Yeah, that hit
okay.
as a kid.
Yo,
Oh
Yeah,
my
That's
Take
fire.
me there. Wanna
No,
go
it's
there.
clouds.
Chucky at the
Take
dance
No,
me
it's
floor?
there.
clouds.
Let's go there.
Cloud.
Come on, man.
Take me to that state place. Is there.
Clouds.
Hey, I
It's
think I got
clouds,
that
bro.
in my playlist. That's on my playlist. One of my playlists, man. Go ahead,
Come
man.
on, man. Chucky, I
Yeah,
relate to Chucky,
that's
man.
fire. That's
And
fire.
then my last joint, because I really only want to keep it to 3, because I could do 5, but I'm gonna be respectful. I definitely got, like I said, I referenced it earlier in the conversation. Lion
Mhm.
King, bro. My
Fire.
parents told me I watched it so much as a kid. I had to buy a new VHS tape because I broke it. I would literally
Mhm.
come home from like whatever grade I was in, watch it, play it all the way through, rewind the VHS tape, and y'all know how long that used to be to like let the tape and press play and just watch it again. Like, nah, that was up there. Those are my 3 for real. Can't
Hey
lie to
Cal,
niggas.
hey Cal,
Yeah.
I need line.
Circle
I
of
need
life. Yeah,
Bro, I
man.
almost know the Lion King was
it's in the
like word
clouds.
for word, man.
I ain't even mention it because it's already in the clouds. And I want to just tell a little story real quick. Y'all remember Columbia House?
Columbia House.
Vaguely,
Yeah,
vaguely.
buy 12 CDs for a penny.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
we,
brother's
Yeah.
old, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember when Lion King came out, man. We had the movie, we had the VHS, and just like Cal said, I used to watch that all the time because to me that was like the first Black Disney movie. You know what I mean? Like to me.
Right.
Mm.
We
Um,
happen to be animals, but go ahead, continue.
yeah, I know. No, I'm talking
Stop.
about voices. They had Jason Weaver singing "I Want to Be King" and all that,
Fire.
um,
Fire.
but I remember we had Columbia House come to the house, man, and I wanted that Lion King soundtrack so bad, man. And my mom ended up getting like 12 CDs, and she let me pick like 8 of them. And
Yeah,
Lion
Big
King
Brother's
soundtrack
ancient, man. I'm
was
from the
one of
Best Buy era, man. Radio Shack and
the
whatnot.
no,
Like,
Best Buy was still there, but it was just like, let's just get these CDs, let's just take this because we didn't really know what Columbia House was. It just came in the mail. So,
right.
but nah, man, I had to get the Lion King soundtrack, man. Yeah, that's still one of my
Mm-hmm.
that's my favorite Disney movie ever. So it's in the clouds.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, yo, this little rascals, man. Listen, man. These little
Mm-hmm.
kids were
Oh,
the
right.
first little niggas to
Oh,
be pushing P,
I
man.
got dollar.
He,
I
man,
got
one of
dollar.
them
I'm
haters
glad,
I
I'm
was.
glad
got
that
dollar.
little
Hey,
rascal
hey,
was
hey.
different, bro.
I got
Hey
Oh,
dollar.
man.
man.
I got dollar.
Them
Got
little
dollar.
kids was
Hey,
pushing
hey.
P, man. The
what did
first kids to ever push P on television, man.
what did he say?
Really
What did
hated
he
that
say,
Hey, young
shit.
boys was
Cujo? He
serious
said
too, bro.
he told her. He said, "Dear Darla, I hate your freaking guts. He was
He meant that with
You
the
make
cold
me
soul,
hot.
blooded.
too, man. He
You're
meant
the
that with the
scum
heart and
between my
soul,
Come
man.
between
toes.
my
And they say
toes.
you're the scum between my toes. That will fuck me up. The scum between my toes. Boy, you crazy as a motherfucker.
And he still got the girl at the end, man. Come on, man. Shout out Alpha, man.
Them brothers did a whole courtroom scene, man, because he had a crush on the old girl, man. Did a whole
He, man.
courtroom,
Listen,
lawyers, judge, all that.
He
Hey,
man,
Cal,
woman haters
since
club,
y'all was
nigga.
It's funny.
my boy Macaulay, you can't leave off My Girl, man. Come on, as a kids movie, man. It's a sad kids movie, man. My
It's a
Girl.
classic. You know
yeah.
that. I was about to say, Kate. That movie is actually very dark on the go back. It's
It
got
is.
it's got a lot of dark elements to it, man. Her dad was a mortician. Like she was used to death. Like she had a lot of emotional issues. Your boy was allergic to bees. I don't know. It's very dark. That's a good movie though.
Hey, and
Very dark movie.
now that you mention it takes me back to your original question about what makes a good kids movie. And I feel like
Mhm.
movies back in the day, they
Mhm.
really showed more the emotional, psychological, I don't want to say issues, but I'll use the word issues that like kids would deal with. Like, and they showed it on a
Mhm.
like relatable level. And I feel like kids movies now don't
Mhm.
really like you're not going to identify with a specific type of character and the emotional things he's dealing with in the movie.
Mhm. Mhm. I feel you. I think I know we're getting off topic, man. I think that's what made a lot of people didn't like this cartoon. I think that's what made Doug so powerful, bro.
Doug
In
was
my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Doug was dealing with so much stuff. He had this bro. Boy had a blue best friend, right?
Black.
You're supposed to be black. Well, this was dope about Doug. Like all the people were different colors, and it was never mentioned. It was never brought up. So it's almost like the creators of the show was sending an indirect message. You see what I'm saying? Like it's cool to be different. Everybody's different colors. We're not tripping. Nobody. It's never brought up. Not once. You can go through every episode of Doug. It's never brought up why the classmates. Some classmates are purple. Some classmates are green. Like you never hear orange, yellow, all different colors, right? But Doug had so much going on. He had a crush on this girl. He's daydreaming about her lusting. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to fit. He's trying to fit in. He's got a runaway imagination. He's got all kinds of superhero characters in his mind. He's got the little ska band that he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? He has so much going on, bro. As a 11, 12, 13-year-old kid, man, I really feel like that joint is slept on a lot. But it dealt with, to Cade's point, it dealt with a lot of stuff that we go through, you know, at that age, you know, adolescence. You know what I'm saying?
Another show that was like that was with Arnold. You know, man,
Hey Arnold.
Them niggas was in the trenches, man. Like in the slums of New York, doing anything all day. Like
Right. Helga's mom was an alcoholic.
right.
Helga's mom was an alcoholic. Niggas' grandpa had dementia, and grandpa was damn near like a pedophile. We're gonna address it later, but they had all the cats and dogs, like at the bodega. Niggas was doing a lot.
This kid had anxiety. Nigga never left his house, man. Never. Not
Hey
one
man,
time, man. Come on, man.
My boy Gerald with the high top, man. Let's get it.
Cloud.
Yeah, well, we might as well go ahead and transition, man, because we gonna be here all day. If not, you know what I'm saying. I want to see you introduce this topic, man. I'm gonna let whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever came up with the topic to, you know what I'm saying, introduce it. You know, best mixtape. I'm not honestly not sure who, but
It was me. It was me. Because I came across these joints. Yeah, I came across these joints on social media, and people have been, when I say steel cage matches, like people getting called all types of bitch ass niggas, like all types of flagrant for like their joints, their opinions. So let's do this one first. Let's do this one first because I dropped it in here the other day. Boom. I know brothers might not be too familiar with the brother catalog, but we're starting off with that. We're starting off with Wiz Khalifa. For the people listening, the 4 mixtapes to choose from is Taylor Alderdice, Cabin Fever, Burn After Rolling, and Cushion Orange. Those are the 4. Which is the best one out of these 4, in brothers' opinion? And while we at it, I'm gonna drop the other 2 respectfully, and then we can kind of punch from there. And whatever y'all wanna, however y'all wanna slice it, yeah.
damn.
Brothers getting, yeah.
You know what? I'll go first. I'm not. It's not to say I wasn't listening to Wiz like that. But you know, I feel like to me he was being overshadowed by other artists I was listening to around that time, especially like 2011, 2012. I was already bumping Kendrick and Joey and ASAP and you know a lot of other niggas. Even Dom, you know what I'm saying? But Wiz was definitely right there. But I'm gonna definitely have to go with it's between Taylor Alterdice and Cushion OJ, man. I'm gonna have to go with those 2. I'm not even gonna hold you. Didn't Cushion OJ have the Say Yeah joint on it?
Nah, I thought that was the one before. I think that was like Flight School or something like that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if it did, I look.
Yeah, it was the sample, the dun 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 dun. Yeah, I think that was Flight School. I think that was Flight School.
That beat was gay, by the way, but that's a whole topic, man. The beat on the playback aged terribly, but it's all good. As far as Wayne, damn, man. Wow, this is
Yeah. So for the people listening, we got Dedication from Wayne. We got No Ceilings. We got Drought 3. And then I think this is damn. I just
No
had to
feelings, I believe.
Nah, the bottom right with DJ
I
Drum.
believe Dedication 2, I think. I
Mm.
think. I'm not sure. I think that is Dedication 2.
Yeah. Dedication 1, Dedication 2, No Ceilings in the Drought 3.
Dedication 2's in the upper left.
Yeah, Dedication 2's in the upper left. My
Oh,
bad.
okay, all right. I'm gonna have to go to the track list for some of these just to see what I remember. Cause man. Okay, let me see. So Dedication had You Gonna Love Me, Young Money Property, I'm a Rider, D Boys,
Mm-hmm.
Easy As Baby,
Mm-hmm.
You Say the Baby. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, Dedication 2 is man, like I don't know, man. It's just so much I'm trying to remember. Oh my God. Okay, so Dedication 2 had it had Cannon on there, it had Sports Center, Spitter, South Music, okay, Walk It Off, Hustling, Georgia Bush, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
A lot going
Damn.
on. It's a lot going on.
You
And
know what?
don't forget about Drought 3, good brother. Look up that
Oh yeah.
track list. Look up that
Yeah.
track.
Had the Upgrade Freestyle on there.
Fire.
Black Republicans, Get High, Rule the World. I Can't Feel My Face. Damn, Live from 504, King Kong, Dipset, NO Nigga, Back on My Grizzy, President.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go with Dedication 2 though, man. Out of all of these, because none of these are slouches. But for me, man, listen, man, that cannon is different, man. That Sports Center is different, man. That Spitter is different, man. Like Welcome to the Concrete Jungle, like Georgia Bush. That's there's just a lot going on, man. No Ceilings is no slouch either. I can't even hold you. Like that Swag Surfing freestyle was insane. Like Oh Let's Do It freestyle was insane. Like it was a lot going on. Like I think it also had the ice cream paint job joint on there too. Like yeah, Poker Face, Run This Town freestyle. Oh my God.
Right. That's
One of my
work.
favorite Lil Wayne songs ever, man. I'm Single, man. Come on, man. Shit, that thing up. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I didn't even have no bitches at this time, man, but I was definitely playing that shit just insanely. Like for no reason, man. Fuck these hoes, man. But anyway, uh Kendrick, man, for this, I feel like this one is easy for me personally.
Yeah.
Um Training Day was his first mixtape, I believe. Or one of his first. I was like early Kendrick.
But he
Like
still sounded like Wayne, ironically. He
right,
still
right.
sounded like Wayne.
You know what I'm saying? This was the era where Game was kind of running. You know what I'm saying? The West Coast at the time and shit. I actually went back and listened to it. It's not bad. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely rapping on there. Overly dedicated was fire. You know what I'm saying? Had the PNP 1.5 on there. You know what I'm saying? I really fuck with that. I also realized like even in the his mixtape titles, like he took after Wayne. Like I just realized that too, man. That's funny. And it's also dope. But I'm gonna have to go with Section 80, man. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like Section 80 had everything you could possibly look for. Like that rigor mortis is just insane, man. Like rigor mortis was just crazy, man. ADHD is arguably top 5 favorite Kendrick song to me. Um, High Power was crazy. Ronald Reagan era, insane. Like Tammy's song, Fuck Your Ethnicity, Keisha's Pain.
Yeah.
This is an underrated song to me, but that Spiteful Chant was crazy, man. With Schoolboy Q. Like, come on, man. Like too many niggas. That shit was different. So I'm gonna have to go with Section 80, man. It's not even close. It's considered an album too as well. I think it was changed to an album, but either way, that shit was just different, man. So yeah, so I'm gonna just recap it for a little bit. I'm gonna go with Taylor Alterdice, Dedication 2, and Section 80 personally.
Okay.
Nope.
I like
Can I run through my three with just real fast? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
break it
you
down all
got
the
it.
way. Wiz Khalifa, man. First time I heard Wiz was my little cousin was playing the Flight School mixtape, and that one song, "Opportunity on My Face," that song was fire. So I started rocking with Wiz a little bit. Plus, he was smoking weed. I was smoking heavy weed at the time.
that.
But out of these four, man, I gotta go with Fish and OJ.
Mm-hmm.
Just the
Nah,
way
man.
that, just the way it come in, man. Just, just the way the album start. It was different because, and I appreciate it because it sounded way different than like the Flight School mixtape. Um, so I got to go with Cushion Orange Juice. I do like some songs off of the Cabin Fever. I don't really know the playlist off the top of my head, but I think there's a song on there with Big Sean that I used to play all the time. I forgot the name of it. One of y'all might know, but that beat is so hard, man. Crazy. Lil Wayne knows Dedication too. But
Canon.
yeah, can't yeah, man. Come on. That's crazy. And Lil Wayne, I mean, these four mixtapes, this is just a fraction of all the heat that Lil Wayne got on the mixtape circuit. And Kendrick, Section 80, Cushion Corinthians, man. I used to play that on repeat. I'm just mad that they waited all that time to get BJ Chicago Kid at the end, but I
Mm-hmm.
kind of appreciate him just right now at the end. But at that time, I'm like, nah, I want to hear him on the hook some more. But nah, so yeah, those would be my three, man. All these artists, dope artists. I played them, listened to them. Wasn't much of a super duper big Wiz fan, like Cujo said. He was kind of overshadowed at that time. Drake, Cole, but he had his little following.
Right.
Damn, what's that video where Wiz is like he got his shirt off and he's holding a bat walking on the train tracks? I forgot what that video was, but yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about.
so yeah, just Cushion OJ, Dedication 2, and then Section 80. This is a dope topic, by the way, Cal.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not mad at these. I'm not mad at these picks. I personally, as much as I love Cushion Orange Juice, the reason I'm putting Taylor Alderdice over it is because of where I was in my life at the time when I was hearing it. Like I was I was in college, you know what I'm saying? Like Cade, like you said, like I was definitely on a lot of weed. I was on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Really just like living, enjoying my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it was just something about like how some of those tracks sounded. Like it sounded like he was in his swing. Like it was like, oh, if he keeps going like this, and then sadly afterwards he released Rolling Papers. That was terrible. But it was like if he keeps going like this is gonna be the guy. Like the as far as like the weed rappers, like I kind of consider Redman as like a weed drug rapper. Um, you had what's the brother's name after Redman?
You
Kind
got
of so
like
after Redman. Devin the Dude
Devin
was
the
like,
Dude.
I'm forgetting his name right now. I think it's Afro Man, but like I was finna clean my room until I got high. And then Wiz was
Cypress
kind of
Hill, I
like
think that's.
Oh, that was Cypress. Yeah. So
No.
like
I was saying. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was just saying Wiz was the like next iteration of that at a time to where like things like the weed movies were dying out, and it's like, oh, he's the next guy in that. You know what I'm saying? In that genre, in that vein. Like I liked Currency as well, but I preferred Wiz over Currency because I'm not a car nigga like Currency is. You see what I'm saying? So like that took a portion of his content away from me. Like it wasn't interesting to me. No slight against that brother. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana representative. But yeah, I got Taylor Alderdice mainly because a nigga was in prison, like not in prison. Why'd I say that? Nigga was in college, really listening to that shit and really pressing play on that often. Like waking up in the morning, smoking weed before I go to my business systems class. Oh, I'm smoking, getting ready to go to a party. I'm putting on weed. Oh, we driving home after the party. We high as fuck, drunk as fuck. I'm putting on Wiz. Waking up like it was like that. So I got him. I got Taylor Alderdice because of that. Wayne, I'm not
Hey,
flinching.
Cal.
Drought 3. Like, go ahead, K.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, brother, but I wanted to make a point about Wiz. Like, he came out around the time when these dispensaries start popping up, and brothers could go in a
Mm-hmm.
dispensary and go get weed. And around the time when people was building their own hydroponic system, so like the whole weed movement was like commercialized, starting to commercialize and booming. So Wiz came at that perfect time, like you said. If we high, we smoking at a party. It's like Wiz had that laid back. Like we know he's smoking on while he rapping. So
Yeah,
so we
be
smoking
there
with
with him.
him. Yeah, so I just want to
Yeah,
make that point about Wiz. He came out at like the perfect time for like his style, his like you say his weed rapper style. And yeah, man, I like Wiz. But yeah, sorry about that.
you good, you good. Um, like I said, Wayne, Drought 3. I'm not flinching. Like that's me. It was that quick. Like I remember listening to the bootleg version for you young niggas who don't know. Like we burned CDs, so it was a white CD, and we wrote Drought 3 on it. And I'm listening to that shit driving to a funeral. I'll never forget this. And he gets into a certain pocket, like, and for some reason it was like my brain clicked and was like, nah, I want to be better than that nigga. Like as it at the time, I was like, I want to rap better than him because this shit is fucking incredible. I want to do that. Um, yeah. Outside of that, y'all, everybody else has said it. Y'all know what time it is with Kendrick. Like it is what it is. Like Section 80 has some of the greatest stuff ever. Um, I literally used this album to put somebody on to Kendrick at the time, like right before Good Kid, Mad City came out. Um, and they actually put me on to Childish Gambino, like his rapping. I knew him for what was it called, college humor or Derek Comedy, Derek Comedy. I didn't know he was a rapper until this exchange happened, to where she was like, "Oh, Kendrick's dope. Have you heard this guy, Donald Glover?" And I was, no, Childish Gambino. I was like, nah, who's that? And I was like, this nigga sounds like Donald Glover. She was like, oh, it is. I'm like, oh no, this nigga crazy. But yeah. Section 80, bro. Respect. But yeah, that's mine. Anybody else want to take a crack at it?
Yeah, where brothers at, man? If not, we could just, you know what I'm saying? Because
I want to say that
yeah,
that overly dedicated to me is dope, man. I really like overly
yeah.
dedicated.
I was just
And
about
to
to
me,
say that,
overly
man.
dedicated
It's
has
slept
more
on.
of a mixtape feel to me. It has more of a the mixtape. Like when I heard Section 80, even though at the time, like you said, it was a mixtape, it felt like it was an album. Like you could kind of see him. It was getting a little cleaner. It was getting a little more concise with what he was doing. But overly dedicated, man. Man, he was wilding on that album.
The Hard
Crazy.
Part 2, P and P, Michael Jordan. Barbed
What's that
Wire.
other song? Hey nigga, what it look like? I forgot the name of that song.
I think
Oh,
Ignorance is Bliss.
ignorance is bliss. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that
Yeah,
bass synth. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was wilding on that.
The
That's
Kendrick
crazy.
Lamar mixtape has some shit on there too. You know, it's slept on as well, in my opinion. You know,
Oh,
Celebration.
that was the if you don't give a fuck, throw your hands up high. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, ignorance is bliss is crazy. Damn.
Yo, he was wilding. Go back to his bars on that ignorance is bliss. He
Oh, I know.
crazy.
I remember. I
Oh my
remember.
god. Yeah, man. K Dot, man.
This was a fire topic. I can't lie, man, because all the mixtapes really um with Wiz, he has a very classic mixtape catalog. Wayne as well. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can't sleep on Kendrick's. Um, but it's honestly, a preference thing, man. Because like I know it's not like it's the saying like at the end of the day, a lot of it is subjective. But like there's so much work to go through with these brothers. Mostly Wayne for the most part, because he got the most mixtapes. That it's just hard to argue what's your favorite. It just have to be your personal favorite. To be honest, but either way, man, yeah, like, and all these brothers are legends in their own right. So this was
And you know
actually
what I noticed, Cujo, is like all three of us giving our favorite mixtapes, and it's like we all recognize that all the mixtapes are fire, but
mm-hmm.
there's certain mixtapes that or certain songs on certain mixtapes that made you love the mixtape that you were going through something at that time. You know what I mean? Like Cal
Right.
has this because a period in his life where he was playing it, and I have mine, you have yours, but it's like, damn, that's crazy how like these mixtapes can really take you back to like certain moments or these songs or how music can take you back. And it's like, man, I remember when I was doing this, listening to this album or listening to this artist and what was going on in the world and all that. So it's like music allows you to reach back in time to remember all the other moments that were happening around at that time. Cause you probably won't remember every single event, but where it's like when music is attached to certain points in your life, it's like, damn, I remember everything now. So yeah, that's dope, man. Y'all brothers, man. College, you ain't had a hose, but it was like, fuck it all, it's like,
At first, Cal, I thought he was asking what is our favorite hip hop mixtapes in general. Now, if it was that, man, we'd be here all day,
Nah.
man.
Yeah, I had to. I knew that's. I was looking at that. I was like, nah, because we gonna be in here punching for 30 years worth of mixtapes badly. Like,
yeah, we
nah,
didn't
My
even get into
era alone,
50 bag, 50 mixtape bag. Like that's a whole topic in itself. Like 50 of
man.
Wayne's
Listen,
mixtape.
my era alone, man, from like '09 to about I would say 2015, 2016 or so. That whole era, man, just had nothing but classic mixtape after classic mixtape, man. Like even from niggas that I don't even care for as much now, but like when they drop, man. But that could be another, you know what I'm saying? That could be another topic, you know what I'm saying, for another day, But yeah, man. Brothers, we could transition now, Kyle, or you know what I'm saying, or we Gucci.
I mean, yeah. We pulling a 3-man weave, so let's get it.
All right, bet. I think this is let me see, is the sports what if joint? Who came up with that topic?
So, hey, Lucci, you could edit this part out right here. I'm gonna be honest, Cujo.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with all these topics, good brother, because I was looking at the joints. I was looking at the topic, and I was like, okay, well, no, like we're not really getting any, you know what I'm saying, any traction.
Right.
So let me put something together real quick. Um, so this is the sports what ifs. I got a few for brothers, and I want to pick people's brain and see how people feel. My first what if out the gate. Do y'all think that the championships that LeBron James won in Miami could have happened if the big three was in Chicago, minus Ray Allen. So it would be D Rose right before his MVP season, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James as the big three.
Hmm.
Would they have won the same? Would they have not won as much? Or would they have won more if it was those three in Chicago with that roster at the time? You see what I'm saying? How do brothers feel?
It's a good question. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I mean that era, I was watching sports heavy before I kind of just stopped, but I don't know, man. If everything considered, if D Rose wasn't like so injury prone, you know what I'm saying? I, I don't know, man. I want to say yes, but I don't know how that dynamic would have worked in Chicago. To be honest, D Rose is a great player, very explosive player, but he was just very injury prone. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Kyrie before, you know what I'm saying, Kyrie and whatnot. So it's like I want to say yes, but everything considered, I don't think it would be the same, to be honest, especially without Ray Allen.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
nah. Because who they had at the time, they had Luau Dane, they had Boozer, they had Joakim Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They had a couple other spot fillers around that as well. I think they still had Snell, I think. I think they still had Snell. I think they still had Kirk Heinrich.
oh,
They
yeah,
had
Heinrich.
they had what's
Ben
the white boy
Gordon.
that can Ben Gordon. I think they had what's the white boy that can shoot threes that's an analyst now? Um
Tim Legler.
no, he used to play for the Hawks. Um fuck, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. But they did have some good pieces around him. But the reason that I asked that is because the
Mm-hmm.
Bulls during that era kept running into the Heat. You see what I'm saying? And they kept
Right.
losing because they were just overpowered at that point. Like the Heat was just like God tier at that point. Um, so yeah, and shout out to Math Hoffa. I was thinking about this and I was watching his interview with Derrick Rose. If y'all haven't watched those clips yet, watch that shit. When I said like, and I'm not even a Math Hoffa fan, respectfully, like as a battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like as a battle rapper, I'm not a
Right.
his battle rap fan. But as like him creating a safe environment for people to essentially speak their shit, consequence free, like nah, this was one of the best interviews that I've seen because I learned so much more about Derrick Rose. You see what I'm saying? That I
Right.
didn't know. It wasn't regurgitated media circuit shit like his agents like, oh, do this, say this, da da da, promote it. Like, nah, they got into some shit. So that's why I asked that because I think they probably would have won more because Derrick Rose, to your point, Cujo, was very injury prone because he was carrying this mid ass team badly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like he was carrying them. Like the man was at certain points in the season where he like really first started getting injury. He was dropping like 40, 50 here, 56 here, 62 here, 43, 32 and 10 assists. Like he's doing a lot to barely win games. Like that's come on, bro. You're gonna get hurt at some point.
Okay.
You're gonna get.
I think
Oh wait, boom. You low key. You sound hella low, bro.
I think oh, is Boom talking or
Nah, he's trying to talk, but we can't really hear him. You got like an echo.
I would say
You good? Go ahead, Kay.
Oh, now you
I
good
would,
now. Yep.
I would say it's an interesting question because we're talking about LeBron Miami era, and that's like 2000, starting in 2010. and that's after the big three had went to the finals twice against the Lakers, right? They had won the first one, and Lakers played Orlando the next year. Then Lakers played Boston again the next year. But by the time, like didn't Derrick Rose get injured around that time, like 2009, 2010, or something like that?
I believe he did.
And then during that time, I think like 2013, all those dudes got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, and they was kind of like washed up. So it's like it's I can't say Miami would have won more because I still think Miami at that time, if we're talking about 2010, 2011, 2012.
Oh, you're thinking of the Celtics, Kate. The Celtics was them brothers. It was Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen.
Isn't that what you're asking? Is if Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce was on the Bulls instead of the
No, no, no,
Celtics?
no. No,
He
I'm
said if
saying it.
LeBron or D Wade was on the Bulls along with Derrick Rose, would they have won chips? And honestly, I would say no.
You know what? My bad. I totally misconstrued what you had said. I thought that you were talking about. Okay. My bad. Ooh. Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think he would have won
yeah.
that.
Okay.
LeBron, D Rose, and who?
And D Wade,
Of course, they're gonna win championships.
you
No,
think
no,
they would have won?
more than
Of
they won at the
course.
Heat. More than they won at the Heat.
I
Boom.
mean, I don't know about more than the Heat, and the reason why I say that, I think they probably win 2 championships, just like the Heat did.
Yeah.
Because one thing you got to factor in is that the reason why I can't say they would have won more is because the Heat management with Pat Riley was way more potent than the Bulls with Jerry Krause over the management. So I don't know if all the right moves would have continued to have been made for that run to really do what it was supposed to do, but just off natural talent on the floor, they would have won 2 championships because they just would have been better than niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for that sustained greatness though, you need a great organization all around. You know what I'm saying? So and the
One
Bulls since Jordan left they haven't been a great, you know what I'm saying, organization. So but yeah, they would have won for sure. hmm
Okay,
I
okay.
wanted to mention somebody on some what if um I don't know the full context because I'm just now getting back to the crib, but if it's just simply about what ifs and you know what I'm saying, sports as far as athletes or teams or whatever, I got to give a shout out to my nigga Brandon Roy. Um,
Facts. Facts.
I'm about to bring him up,
yeah,
man. Crazy.
that's, and I lived in Washington State for a lot of years, and I was actually living over there at the time when Brandon Roy and Nate Robinson and a couple other niggas was all playing at University of Washington at the same time, and they kind of started their run. The things that these niggas say about Brandon Roy, you know what I'm saying? Like the niggas, you know what I'm saying? The shit Kobe had to say about Brandon Roy, like that is a brother that I believe, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know, damn, the knees just gave out on him. They didn't fuck with him, but man, when that nigga was on,
It was
that
scary.
nigga that nigga was scary, dog. Like
He was
when you
nice.
got when you got niggas like Kobe, you know what I'm saying, admiring you, letting other motherfuckers know that nah, this nigga can't be stopped. Like for real. Like there's no weakness in his game. Mid range, three, you know what I'm saying, post up, dribble, all that shit. Brandon Roy was one of them niggas, and I hate that his career ended the way it did because he's gonna be forgotten about by a large majority, especially in the age that we're in now that's very analytical. He didn't get the opportunity to acquire those analytics and statistics to make sure his name holds weight because his career ended so early. But nah, man, them first 4 or 5 years of Brandon Roy's career, he was on pace to really be one of them niggas, one of them all time niggas. So yeah, shout out to him, man. So he was dope. He was dope with Portland, and this is before Dame. Like Dame was just getting ready to come in. So
Right.
imagine Brandon Roy and Dame Lillard together. Like, yeah, that shit would have been crazy.
That's a nice what if. I can't lie.
I got this other one. How many? Okay. How would this team have looked? Because both of these brothers were playing college ball at the same time, and both of these brothers were dynamic at their position. How many championships will brothers ballpark Vince Young and Reggie Bush playing on the same team? How many do y'all think they would have won? Because if you forget, for those who forgot, probably, Reggie Bush is arguably one of the best, if not the best, college running back of all time in history.
That's a fact.
Vince Young grabbed his team by the fucking back of their neck and drugged these niggas throughout the whole season to get to the point to where they actually battled it out. And that's a classic game, by the way, if y'all ever want to go back and watch them. But those two, because we've seen essentially super teams in college, like the Gators during that Tebow era. They were like a god tier team, essentially. You got my squad, you see what I'm saying, Bama. Whatever Nick Saban puts together, for the most part, for the better part of his Alabama coaching career, has been a perennial threat to win the championship. And then I look at these two brothers, not Vince Young in the NFL at all. We're not going to talk about that. We don't talk about Bruno. But Vince Young in college and Reggie Bush at his side at the shotgun position looks scary in my mind. How many championships, if any, would y'all ballpark these two brothers could win together?
So about in college, if they were paired together.
Yeah, if they were in college, together, I think
they probably won at least 3 titles.
Hey man, yo, and we talking about USC.
Right.
Yo, Reggie Bush, man.
That's the greatest player I've ever seen with my own eyes in college football.
I don't think y'all understand how much. Well, y'all probably do because y'all in tune.
I'm a USC nigga. I'm in tune.
A lot of people don't understand, man. Like Reggie Bush, like that era of USC, they was rock stars, man. Yo, Reggie Bush, if we just go back to his highlights, it's incredible. To this day, there hasn't been a college football running back since Reggie Bush that runs like him, man. It's just incredible, phenomenal. And they took that brother's Heisman, which is shady. They got to give him his Heisman back. They did that brother dirty, man. But I agree with Boom, man. I think they win multiple championships. If we're doing the what if, like in the what if scenario, that means they're 100% healthy.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, and to me, I would rather have Vince Young on the Trojans instead of Reggie Bush on the Longhorns. So if you got Vince Young on the Trojans because their recruiting at that time was different. They was powerful at that time. Different. So I think if you put, you put Vince Young on that USC squad with all that talent, because think about it, you put Vince Young on there the first year, you already got your top recruits. And then they go and light up the season. Now all the players in Southern California and players from over, they want to come play. Like, I want to come to SC. So I think it would have just been a snowball effect, man. They would have been getting the top recruits. Reggie Bush still would have been dynamic. Vince Young would have been unstoppable. They would have had receivers. They would have had defense. It would have been over, man.
You would have had the two. You would have had the two niggas, the two niggas in college football that you could not stop. Like one and two. And one is behind quarterback and one is the running back. You're not gonna it's nothing you're gonna be able to do with that. Like Kay said, with the talent surrounding them niggas, no. That wouldn't have been nice at all. But I want to give Reggie his credit though, because we keep saying running back. Reggie Bush, if you
Okay.
watched him play, if you got to watch him play live, dog, there is nobody that any of us in this room currently right now have seen that was doing the shit that Reggie Bush was doing on a football field. You ain't seen it. I'm not talking about going to highlights of these old niggas that you just got to go off a game. I'm talking about nigga I could cut on ABC right now and watch this nigga. Dog,
I
if
will
you
say,
want
boom, the closest debate, the closest that I would have, and niggas not gonna like it. I got Mike Vick, and the
I know
only
you was
reason
gonna
I didn't,
say Mike Vick at Virginia
yeah,
Tech.
yeah, Mike, like at Virginia Tech, it just looked like it looked like the games were scripted or like something's happening. He's not this good, dog. Like he's not just outrunning niggas. He's not just rolling out and then he's so quick. He was rolling out, boom, and he had so much time. He could look at every receiver slowly and be like, who's open? Oh, y'all aren't open, and then still beat niggas for 25 yards. That's crazy. Like, bro, he's
Mike
just
Vick,
faster than
I would
everybody.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you until you pull up the numbers of what Reggie Bush did at USC,
Okay.
and then you look at what Mike Vick did at Virginia Tech. Mike Vick was definitely a highlight reel, but when you look at his numbers, as you can look at his numbers through his NFL career as well,
Right.
he's never been elite in terms of quarterback play. He's always been an elite runner with uh, and he's been a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been elite, but
Facts.
he's his where he's elite at is his running ability. So I definitely understand that. But when you look at what Reggie Bush, dog, if I post these numbers from Reggie Bush, dog, it's not. It's different, bro. Like it's just different. Like if you go back to one particular game, and Kate will remember this game. If you go back to the USC versus Fresno State game, this nigga was a human fucking joystick, dog. I've never seen a nigga make this shit really look like a fucking video game.
Man, NCAA
Niggas,
football 5, man,
come
that
on, man.
come on, like, yeah,
Crazy.
man, I was terrorizing niggas with that team, man.
Crazy.
I'm not even gonna hold
Crazy.
that era.
Mike Vick is a good mention though. It definitely is a good mention for sure.
Yeah, I got one last one, and we can transition up out of here. Um, because I wanted other brothers to have their what ifs. You know what I'm saying? Because these are just a few that I thought about. The last one that I thought about is, what if Tom Brady randomly through draft selection or whatever it may be was able to have well, he's kind of well known. If he had a running back by the name of Marshawn Lynch at his side, how many more rings, or would he have the same rings or less rings, would the brother have? Because if you go throughout the career, it's kind of hit or miss depending on their running backs when he was at the Patriots specifically. Um,
He would have less.
he would have less. Why you say that? Because he doesn't have the ball as much?
Nah, it's because Marshawn. First of all, you gotta take Marshawn Lynch at a particular point of his career. So prior to
Mm,
him getting to Seattle, Marshawn Lynch was, he was skilled. You know what I mean? Niggas knew he had talent, but he was very disruptive. Like, um, he wouldn't have. I don't. That wouldn't have been a good mixture in that locker room at a particular point of Marshawn Lynch's career. Now, if you take the back half of Marshawn Lynch's career, the 4 or 5, what was it, 5, 6 years he was with Seattle. If you take that Marshawn Lynch, you're probably going to get a couple championships out of that. I'll probably say three titles, somewhere in that ballpark. But
mm.
yeah, I think Marshawn Lynch and Bill Belichick would not have been a good I don't think them niggas would see eye to eye. And the difference, and I don't think Tom Brady and Bill Belichick saw eye to eye for a very long time. But the difference is that that nigga Marshawn Lynch is from Oakland, and that nigga just ain't going for no bullshit, and he's gonna make that shit known in the locker room, and that shit gonna trickle down and fuck up the team, and that's just gonna be what it is. But I would say a better option than Marshawn Lynch would be somebody like I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna use a nigga today currently. If you gave a nigga like Tom Brady, a nigga like Derrick Henry,
No,
yo,
that shit's stupid. That shit's stupid. That
yo,
That's
shit
not
is stupid.
that's not fair, man.
that's
Yeah,
That's
that's not fair, dog.
that's not fair.
and imagine if Derrick Henry had a quarterback like Tom Brady.
That's crazy.
Hey, boom,
That's
that's not fair
crazy.
because Tom Brady gonna open up the passing game. It's easy work for him. And then when you got to
Easy
defend,
Yeah.
work.
how you gonna defend Henry? He gonna be running, and then once he gets that full steam ahead, he's running over a safety, a corner. It's a wrap. It's
Yeah.
over. Unstoppable.
Wasn't that always the Patriots' weakness? That they ain't really necessarily have like a good run game overall. So yeah.
But I think that was by design though, because Bill Belichick, he frugal with it, so he probably didn't see the value in like paying for a top elite running back. You know what I mean? Because they look at championships they won, and they never really had. I mean, they had Curtis Martin, but that was early, man.
Mm,
You know what I mean? They didn't really had nobody. They had decent run game, like they were able to run. It was just with no name guys because you're gonna be able to run when you got Tom Brady throwing it 40 to 50 times and he tearing your defense up.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Tom Brady.
But
Tom
that's
Brady with Derrick Henry. That's three.
That's
That's three
disgusting.
guaranteed. Like it's
come
nothing
on,
you
man.
going.
You putting the game genie on right now, man. That's not fair.
I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have. And I like what you did with that boom because I don't think he would have been that much of a disruption either. It was a couple of other guys that I was looking at. Um, and I definitely did settle on Marshawn because Marshawn kind of settled into himself, like you said, like them last few years. But like,
Mhm.
if my dream shit to be put together, like if I was one of these white boys who's like over an NFL team because they dad owned oil in Wichita or something, like some stupid shit like that. Bro, I would have put a nigga like Mike Vick next to Ricky Williams and just been like, do something. What y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? Like
Mm.
how you gonna stop this? Because this nigga is gonna beat you for probably 65 yards on average a game. And this nigga is
Mhm.
the running back, so he's gonna beat you for like what, 115, 120?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that, but Ricky kind of like he was just a victim of the time he was in because he was smoking weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but Ricky Williams as a kid, especially as a Florida kid, watching him was insane, bro. Like I didn't get to watch Bo Jackson. Like
Nah,
I missed that.
Ricky at Texas was different.
Yeah, like watching that is, bro. Nah, man, that's a scary motherfucker if you a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Like second round draft pick linebacker playing for what, Buffalo maybe at the time because he was a Dolphin. That nigga gonna come through and clip your bitch ass a couple of times just off a play design. He gonna clip you. He gonna serve you something. But yeah, that's as far as that goes. I kind of want to do this. Like, and if brothers would like to participate, I would really appreciate it. So like sports what ifs, we could even do like music what ifs, like what would happen, you know what I'm saying, if for instance when Snoop went to Master P and everything else like that, what if Snoop was able to convince Dre to come too? Just shit like that. Like what would that
mm,
label have?
Like how would Master P be revered now if he was getting if he got prime Snoop, prime Dre, and thus Dre would have brought in 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick. What would you see what I'm saying? What would he look like now if
Yeah.
that was the case? Like, so yeah, I just want to do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Get brothers thinking. They're all possibilities. So yeah, man.
Oh, that's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. But definitely got,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, for next show, you know what I'm saying?
I got a quick what if.
Yeah,
Quick
yeah.
what. Now y'all remember 2008, 2009. Nike, Phil Knight, man, University of Oregon alumni.
Mm.
They decided to do the LeBron and Kobe puppets. Y'all remember that marketing campaign? They
Mm.
was because remember LeBron, he had won like the during this time the Cavs had the best record in the NBA like 2 years in a row. LeBron won MVP, and Nike was jumping ahead on the market, and they like, oh, we definitely gonna get Kobe and LeBron, but they couldn't
Mm.
get over the hump. Couldn't get teams like Boston, Orlando. But what if those 3 years, instead of we get the Lakers against the Celtics and the Magic, but those 3 years we get the Lakers and the Cavs. What's the record those 3 years between those teams in the finals? Those 3 years.
That's a great what if.
Yeah.
I think one of those two individuals' legacy is completely different than it is now. If that happens, um, I think if you have Kobe, because LeBron is widespread, whether niggas like it or not, amongst the top one or two as far as who people say is the greatest. That's just what it is. Like we all have our favorites or whatever, but Jordan and LeBron have separated as the top two most talked about who is the greatest. However, if you give Kobe Bryant an opportunity to actually beat LeBron in the finals,
It
I
breaks.
think it breaks. There is no more discussion of putting LeBron over Kobe. That's dead. Um, and I think the year that Kobe ended up making it, where he beat Dwight Howard, that was the year Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic beat Cleveland when they were the underdogs. LeBron and them was supposed to make it to the finals. Uh,
Yep, yep, yep.
and I think Kobe would have you would have had something to go back off of because we always measure head to head very highly, you know. So if Kobe beats him in the finals that year, and I'm gonna be real, seeing some of the moments that I've seen LeBron kind of fold under pressure in, I don't know if LeBron ever beats Kobe in the finals.
Never.
Uh,
Never.
and if he doesn't beat him at all, then it's definitely, you know what I'm saying, it's not a topic of discussion. It's going to be Kobe. But I think Kobe needed that also. And it's unfortunate that it didn't happen because I think Kobe is getting kind of slighted in these greatest of all time conversations. Although he did beat Kevin Garnett and the big three or whatever, those weren't like uh, those weren't his rivals as far as peers. You know what I'm saying? He needed that LeBron matchup one on one to really solidify people saying that Kobe is the GOAT. But you don't have that. You can still say he's the GOAT just because you personally believe that, but you don't really have something
To fall back on.
substantial. Yeah, like you don't have what you really need to be able to stand on it, in my opinion. And Kobe's my favorite player, but that's just what it is.
And you know what,
So
boom? Like Kobe definitely my favorite player too. It's Lakers all day. But you're right about that, man. Like those years that LeBron was supposed to make it and didn't make it, it was important for Kobe to get the win against Boston. Like that was important for like Kobe being a Laker because it meant so much to the Lakers and Celtics rivalry. But
Right.
Kobe, Kobe, forget about that Celtics team. He wanted to see LeBron, man. That's why Nike and them did the puppets
Right.
because like they was anticipating it. It was like there's no way LeBron. I mean, he had the MVP and the best record in the NBA 2 years in a row. Like, there's no way Orlando Magic is going to be that.
Right.
But I think if they get there, man, and it's that Cavs team that LeBron had, and I feel like they was overachieving because he didn't really have another like real like superstar player on his side. If they go up against Pau Gasol and them, nah,
Nah.
Kobe ain't losing to that, man. Kobe would have been tearing them up, and you got to think this ain't Miami Heat LeBron. This is still young LeBron. He's still, man, 4 or 5 years in the league. Like, nah, Kobe, you ain't about to deny Kobe winning his championships without Shaq. You're not about to deny that, man. And then another thing is like that was the talk. Like people was brushing Kobe off. They was brushing him off, and they like because remember that he had the case and everything. And then the NBA was marketing LeBron as like the next guy. So it's like people was trying to forget about Kobe. It's like what?
Right.
Like nah, Kobe is still the best player, and I think Kobe wanted to prove that during that time. But LeBron dropped the ball to me. So I got the Lakers winning all three, man. Three-peat, man. Kobe over LeBron. That's
I don't
prime
think
Kobe.
I don't think he Cade to definitely confirm what you're saying. I don't think LeBron's beating him like majority of those times, like 2 out of the 3 of those times, because it's like everything with like sports and boom, you could attest to this as well. Like even the slight inclination of battle rap, like there's a whole mental side of the game that is not really taken into consideration, but can definitely shift the power balance. Like, and Kobe consistently has that over a lot of niggas, not over his peers, not over, you know what I'm saying, people who studied him, over a lot of people who played in the NBA since its inception. Kobe was like, it's certain people you see who have that, like, okay, I'm gonna kill you now. I've been playing, and now I'm gonna kill you. And they can flip the switch and be like, oh no, this nigga you just can't stop this nigga right now. You just have to deal with it. In battle rap, you see that where somebody like essentially the faces of URL, like Tay Rock, Surf, K Shine, Clips, brothers like that, where they can flip a switch and they're like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up now. And the crowd just starts reacting every other bar. And then they have to say it again and bring it back and bring it to this next punchline. And then now they have to say it again. So you're hearing you see what I'm saying? Like one sequence 5 times, like, because the crowd can't let them get through it. And that's different. That's a different level of mental, you see what I'm saying? Like warfare that's on you, because you're not just battling their material at that point. You're battling the reception of the material. Sports is a little bit more like cut and dry because it's like, okay, this is 2 points, this is 3 points, this is 1 point. But like, you play a nigga at home during the playoffs and see what happens if he makes 3 shots in a row in the fourth quarter. The crowd's gonna go fucking crazy. During the TV commercials, during a timeout, you got people who have season tickets, and they've been season ticket holders for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You're trying to get your words of advice from the coach that you pussy, fuck you. You're trying to focus on what your coach, fuck you, pussy. I don't think LeBron could have dealt with that shit in Staples Center, bro.
Hey,
Finally.
Kobe's psychological warfare is different. Kobe got that Michael
Yeah.
Jordan, Michael Jordan.
Man, the way that brother used to get in AI's head, bro, pause, man. He used to terrorize that brother, man. Like, he would just say
Yeah.
anything, man.
He was
Like,
terrorizing. He was terrorizing everybody. Cujo, the nigga learned French. I think it was French to terrorize Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. The nigga picked up a language so he could properly troll niggas. Like, nah, you're not beating that. That person, they want to beat you. You see what I'm saying? They want to win. They're not playing with you, bro. So yeah, I do have LeBron over him as a full rounded player. Like, I take into consideration LeBron can play every position on the floor. Kobe is kind of relegated to like two positions more so. Um, but as far as like willpower, oh no, I'm choosing Kobe before I choose LeBron. I definitely am. Because I like that type of shit. Mentally, I'm just better than you up here, up top. I'm better than you, so I'm gonna win. No, I like that shit. I like that shit. So that's me though. That's me though.
man, I fuck with that, man. This was dope, man. Like, that was a dope topic, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, probably one of the best we had on the show in a minute, man. That was pretty dope. Um, man, honestly, I don't know how long the show's been. It's probably been like 2+ hours. I feel like on the last topic we could transition over that over to probably like sophisticated super show. That could be like the very first topic. Because I feel like that one is just it's a little too powerful, man, to just, what I'm saying, let the show end off like that. So, and with that being said, man, I think we're gonna end it right here. You know what I'm saying? This is a pretty dope show all around. I'm not even gonna hold you. I appreciate brothers for, what I'm saying, tuning in, you know what I'm saying, participating, introducing themselves, and, what I'm saying, giving their opinions and all of that, man. So Lucci, you know what to do after this, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you're the edit god, you know what I'm saying, the render god, all that. So we finna be out, man. You know what I'm saying? Is we podding? We out, brothers. I know Lucci gonna edit this, man. The brother
Yeah,
went to.
man. I had a lot to say about that takeoff situation too.
I know,
A
but I had
lot.
to consider the time. I had to consider like it's probably like well over maybe like around 3 hours or so. So I had to
Mm-hmm.
think about it. Like, nah, that shit too powerful.
It is.
Why we ain't say nothing about the takeoff joint?
Nah, I look, he wanted that to be for another show. I ain't even gonna hold you. We could be like the first topic
I
because that
mean,
one's gonna go on for a bit too.
Mm.
okay. Let's do this. Let me proposition.
Get my nigga a mention on it. I did want to get my nigga a mention on the show, but if niggas gonna do it on another show, then that's cool too, as long as it is on the show.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, Lucci's not here. Okay.
We could
Okay.
go to another room and talk.
Yeah, let me try and bring Lucci back first, Ty, real quick.
Right.
Okay.
Because if anything, we could really do like make it a debrief because it's a conversation that's gonna happen for a little. And
Mm,
respectfully, I know what happens when we have these types of topics in like a room full of brothers. Everybody's gonna have their 2 cents. You
right.
see what I'm So it's gonna be like 10, 15 people. Hey, and then that topic alone is gonna spur like a 2.5 conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like a 2.5 hour conversation. So, bro, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, why not? If you already crying because you cutting the onions, cut all the motherfucking onions. We here. Ty here, Cujo here, Boom here. Boom definitely got something to say. I knew he had something to say because that brother disappeared when the news broke. You see what I'm saying? So I know, you see what I'm saying? Listening to them brothers for years, absolutely. And I definitely have my own point that I want to get off, my own points rather. And I think it would be dope if we did it more in like a consolidated fashion, as opposed to having like multiple people. I
I
value
see.
everybody's opinion.
Like a debrief episode specifically for that. You know what I'm saying? Like just for that
Yeah,
one. That would
he
that makes
deserves
sense.
that.
Gotcha.
He
Gotcha.
deserves that. Absolutely. He
Because
definitely deserves it.
this a big hip hop loss. Um, I was taken aback, man. The shit really is. It was not something I was expecting to see first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this ain't no local rapper. And no disrespect to no local rapper. This ain't no small fry. You know what I'm saying? We talking about someone, man, who happens to be related to other people in a rap group. It's one of the biggest rap groups ever. You know, like, that's not something to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was Quavo's uncles and Offset's cousin, man. Like, they all family, bro. They all grew up together. Like, I've
Mm-hmm.
been listening to it for as long as I can remember, man. So it definitely deserves its own like segment altogether because I saw when it was introduced, man, the chat, man. Brothers was definitely, it was definitely charged, man. And all I've been seeing on Twitter is nothing but, opinions, man, about what it woulda, coulda, shoulda, how it could have happened, what could have happened, and is hip hop to blame, is rap to blame? It was a lot going on. So I
Mm-hmm.
already have my opinion on it. I'm not gonna lie, as far as hip hop and rap and
Mm-hmm.
brothers, checking in other
Mm-hmm.
cities and
Right.
Jay Prince, we gotta talk about Jay Prince, man. I'm not gonna lie. Brother needs to be reprimanded, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, man. It's something about that brother, man. When I was growing up, made him see like he was just all powerful, just like
Mm-hmm.
he was just in the shadows, man, like a mob boss.
Yeah, just pressing buttons, right? Making stuff
Yeah,
happen, making
you
people
know
disappear and all that.
the things I would hear
Yeah.
about the brother, man, growing up, man, was just
Yeah.
ridiculous. But ah, we definitely gonna talk. We definitely gonna talk, man.
So are we talking now? Y'all want to move to another room or?
Oh yeah, at this point, yeah. Now we can move to another room and say so we
Okay.
can close this
Okay.
out. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. Let's go to the what stream room.
Yeah,
All right.
bet.
All right.
No, wait. Stay here. Stay here. Y'all record this.
Mm.
And then there we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you pulling up wherever you are, whenever you are, whoever you are, listening to this episode of The Debrief.
Mhm.
See what I'm